Unit 5, Lesson 1. We looked at the text from Unit 5, Lesson 1, entitled Factors That Influence Promotion, and you are going to take one of these paragraphs from the text and expand it. As an example, I'm going to take the text from the section called Length of Time with Your Employer and expand that from about 4 or 5 sentences with maybe 60 words to a text that includes maybe 18 to 25 sentences with around 300 words. The first thing I need to do is read through the text. And when I look at the topic sentence, it usually takes months or even years to be promoted. There are good reasons for this. Now we see some specific examples. The writer says, first, an employee has to work long enough to master the skills required for his or her current job. When I see the word first, I know that this is an example. As a writer, I want to look at the master the skills and consider what skills need to be mastered. If I think about that for a moment, I can think of technical skills that need to be mastered on a job, as well as people skills. And there are 2 ideas that I can use to expand the paragraph. Technical skills that need to be mastered might be the use of machinery or technology tools. People skills that need to be mastered might include communicating clearly and confidently with people at all levels of a company, administration and office workers, people who work at the same level as you, and maybe some workers who are lower than you in terms of the company standing or hierarchy. So new hires might be an example there. Back to the original paragraph, the writer goes on with a second example. The sentence says, second, the employer needs a chance to see how the employee might respond to a variety of situations, especially situations that might come up in the employee's next position. In this sentence, I see 2 areas that I can expand to see how the employee might respond in a variety of situations. Here I might think about, in any workplace setting, the demands that happen throughout the calendar year. So every company has kind of different seasons that go with the calendar year, fiscal seasons, holidays, when people take time off that might affect how things get done at work, and also times of the year that people might be improving their professional skills. I also might think of different situations and times of stress. At most companies, there are times of high stress, and as a writer, I want to expand on this idea and think, can I handle stress myself? And how do I deal with others when they feel stressed? Another point that I can expand on related to stress might be times of low stress. Can you keep yourself productive and positive when you're not in a busy season at work? And then back at the original text, the writer says, especially situations that might come up in the employee's next position. Remember, all of this whole essay and each paragraph is related to advancing on the job and promotion. And so here I might think about how could my behaviors be observed? How could someone see growth in me over time? And I might expand with ideas about improving my skill sets, learning new skills, professional development. And then finally, in a good paragraph, I'm going to have a concluding statement. So as we move from the original text to planning, pre-writing ideas about how to expand that text, I want you to notice in the paragraph that I've written, the original text remains in black. The ideas that I'm adding to the first area of mastering skills, technical skills, and people skills, I've put those in green font. Responding to different situations, I'm going to add sentences in blue font, and my conclusion is going to be in red, just so that you can see how we move from a very short paragraph to an expanded paragraph. So let's take a look at that. So here you can see the expanded paragraph. And like I said, I've gone from maybe 4 or 5 sentences with fewer than 100 words to a paragraph that has maybe 20 sentences. It takes up a full page. It's 321 words. And this is the level of paragraph that an advanced ESL student should be able to write at. It takes a lot of time and effort and practice, but you can do that. And you can see if you spend your time thinking and organizing your thoughts and planning, that most of the work is done. So if I look at my outline, now I translate my outline from ideas and phrases to complete sentences. And we come up with a paragraph that looks like this. It usually takes months or even years to be promoted. There are good reasons for this. First, an employee has to work long enough to master the skills required for his or her current job. That is all from the original paragraph. Now you can see the next few lines are in green font. These are my ideas to expand that thought. Continuing with the paragraph. There are two distinct types of skills, technical and people skills. Technical skills have to be learned throughout the whole company. If the company has different types of machines, each machine has to be mastered. If the technical skills are related to technology, the employee needs to learn them all. People skills are also important. Employees who are promoted must be confident speaking with administration, supervisors, and office workers. They also need to be well respected among their peers and workers who might rank below them. Again, now we see the black text. This is from the original paragraph. Second, the employer needs a chance to see how employees might respond in a variety of situations, especially situations that might come up in the employee's next position. And now we're going to expand that with another 5 or 6 sentences. Every company has different demands depending on the time of year. These rhythms change from season to season, but tend to repeat from year to year. For example, budgets are usually due at the same time each year. Holidays affect how companies run too. Here I could add another sentence and talk about time off and requesting time off. Another thing to consider is common conferences and when people go to them for professional development. There are high stress and low stress times too. The employer wants to see how you can handle yourself and others when things get stressful. They also want to see how productive you can be when things are slow. Over time, the employer can observe how you improve your skill set. These are skills that helped you get the job. They also want to see if you are capable of learning new skills. Professional development is always a key to getting a promotion. And last, we have our conclusion, which is very similar to our topic sentence. As you can see, it takes a long time to master all the necessary skills required when promoted from one position to the next. So I want you to do the same with one of these 4 paragraphs, either relationships with other employees, flexibility and willingness to learn new things, communication skills, and initiative in solving problems.